Hello lovely people. Can you imagine watching a bond that once lit up every corner suddenly dim right in front of your eyes? The kind of bond that used to make people smile, whisper, and even argue whenever they saw it, now looking like a shadow of itself. That's exactly the mood surrounding Maurice and Pearl. Their connection, once filled with natural energy, is slowly losing that magic. Fans who once felt excited to see them together now pause, asking themselves if this is the same pair that gave so much light. The spark that came so easily before is no longer shining the same way. It feels like something important is slipping away, and nobody can point to the exact moment it started. Everyone is left wondering, what changed? How did something so strong begin to feel so quiet? On social media, things are no longer what they used to be. Remember when Maurice and Pearl's post made people rush in with comments because the love and joy looked so natural? Now, what people see feels different. Instead of that warm flow that looked real, their moments seem staged. The laughter that used to come so freely is gone, and what's left looks like two people just posing for the camera. Fans are quick to notice this shift, and many are saying it doesn't feel genuine anymore. The pictures and videos still come out, but the life that once pulled everyone in isn't there. It's like watching a play without the emotion behind it. The energy that made people believe in their closeness has faded. The excitement has turned into questions, and the same fans who once cheered are now quietly asking themselves if this bond still holds anything true. What makes this story even more striking is the visible effort coming from Pearl. She is the one reaching out, smiling, posting, and holding on like she doesn't want the bond to slip away. Her actions are clear, and anyone watching can see that she is trying to keep the connection alive. But even in her effort, something feels missing. A bond like this needs two people, not just one fighting to make it work. Fans are noticing how she puts herself forward, hoping the old spark might return, but the flow is not balanced. It's almost painful to watch sometimes because her energy is strong, yet it doesn't bounce back the same way. That gap between effort and response speaks volumes, and many fans can already see it. The imbalance is no longer hidden, and it tells a story louder than any caption could ever say. When you look at Maurice's side of things, the picture becomes even clearer. His responses are so minimal that the difference cannot be ignored. While Pearl is trying, Maurice seems to have taken a step back. His silence, his short reactions, and his calm distance all highlight the imbalance in their connection. Sometimes it is not about words but about the energy that comes with them. His lack of engagement speaks loudly, and fans have not failed to notice it. That quietness sends a message more powerful than if he said anything at all. It's almost like he doesn't want to pretend, and instead of forcing emotions, he chooses to stay reserved. For many watching, that silence is enough to tell the story. It shows who is holding on and who has already started letting go, and that truth is now too clear to hide. This unfolding story is teaching a truth that everyone can feel. No matter how hard one person tries, a connection cannot stand strong if it's only one-sided. Effort needs to come from both ends, or else it will fade away slowly, just like what fans are seeing now. The sad part is that this unraveling is happening openly, with everyone watching in real time. The pictures, the videos, and even the interactions online are showing the struggle. And instead of growth, fans are witnessing a slow decline. That lesson is hard but real. Love, friendship, or even partnership cannot survive if it depends only on one person's strength. People are already whispering that this might not last if things continue this way. And with every day that passes, the distance grows clearer. The story is unfolding step by step, and everyone is watching closely. While things are fading with Pearl, Maurice has taken another bold step in a different direction. His walk away from Pearl Wats was one of the calmest exits anyone has ever seen. No drama, no noise, no regret, just quiet strength. It felt like he had finally freed himself from something that weighed him down. Fans noticed how he didn't even look back, not even for a second. Instead, the way he moved on carried the energy of someone who has found a new path, a true direction that fits him better. That calmness alone spoke louder than words. It showed that he was ready for something more authentic, something real. His silence was not emptiness but peace, and people could see it. The chapter with Pearl is clearly closed, and Maurice made that move with confidence. What surprised so many people was the fact that Maurice showed no regret. Usually, when someone leaves a bond, there are signs of hesitation, maybe even a little sadness. But with Maurice, it was nothing like that. He carried himself like a man who had made peace with his decision long before it became visible to everyone. His calm face and steady energy left no room for doubt. It was as though he had already prepared his heart for that step and walked into it with clarity. Fans expected to see a hint of longing or even a little confusion, but none of that came. Instead, his energy told a different story, one of freedom and focus. That alone left many wondering how long he had been ready for this move before finally showing it to the world. People cannot forget that Sonia and Maurice were already a celebrated pair long before Pearl stepped into the picture. Their bond had been admired, their energy was strong, and fans loved them together. That's why Pearl's sudden entry during their peak felt unusual to so many. It didn't look natural, and people started whispering about the timing. Was it chance, or was it planned? The closeness between Sonia and Maurice had already built a foundation that people trusted, so when Pearl appeared, it felt strange. The contrast was too sharp, and it made many believe that something was not adding up. It was almost like stepping into a story that was already full and claiming space that didn't belong. That is why her presence never fully sat well with the fans, and now the pieces are falling into place. Back then, Pearl carried herself in a way that made it look like Maurice was her man. She smiled like it was sure, she posed like it was certain, and she held that position strongly. At the time, it seemed convincing, and some people even believed it. But as the days have passed and the truth unfolds, fans are starting to look back with different eyes. That display now feels less like love and more like something else. People see the past moments and shake their heads, realizing that the signs were always there but not so obvious. The confidence she carried no longer matches the reality everyone is seeing now. Her claim feels misplaced, and the difference is clear. What once looked real is no longer holding its ground in the same way. The claim that Pearl once held so tightly is now seen by fans as nothing more than a strategy. It doesn't carry the weight of love anymore. It looks more like a plan, something built on timing rather than genuine feelings. The truth is, love cannot be forced, and no matter how it's presented, time will always reveal what is real. And that's what has happened here. The fans now understand that the closeness wasn't rooted in true connection. Instead, it was built on appearances that couldn't last. Slowly, as everything unfolds, people are seeing it for what it really was. The story is becoming clearer, and the picture no longer has the same confusion it once carried. The unraveling is complete, and fans have learned their lesson from this saga. So guys, that's all I have for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye.